Hello, everybody, and welcome to Freedom Friday. My name is Fawny D, and I will be taking us on a journey into a collective energy reading. So, welcome, and I'm glad you stopped in. So, let's get started on this. I hope everybody's feeling good out there. I know I am. We've got 5:30 of 2025, which is the 17, and cue the card really has us in a spot. We're going and an 8. It 17 and an 8, and that's infinity. We really know a lot already. So we're going to see a lot more come. And I want to see how the energy is feeling today because I've noticed some of the cards that did come out, and it's a beautiful energy. We're actually doing really good. I'm going to start with the Mystic Forest Oracle, and it's Don't Hide. Dare to dream big. Remind yourself that everything is possible. Don't hide your talents and abilities, but use them to build your world. Yeah, you're your own movie, your own director, you're the creator of your own story. Nobody has your story, nobody ever will. So, maybe if the wind moves you, do a book, write a song. My husband always said to do a book, write a song. I did a book, and it was interesting, but yeah, I like to doodle a lot, so I do a lot of things like that. Find out what you're good at. And 4, great gratitude. I am grateful for everyone and everything in my life and the lessons each brings. I'm still on. Now, this was Don't Hide, and it's got the whole house lit up like a tree house. And then this one, I think we got this one the other day, and it's really trying to tell us something. There's a fawn right here in the background, and she's got a swirl of energy coming out of the crystals, and she's got purple amethyst crystals at her feet. So, yes, we want to be grateful for everything. And I usually do my gratitude journal. I've been doing it. And even if I'm having like a bad day, I still put in what I'm grateful for. Years ago, I used to write down, like, if I had a bad day, I'd write down everything that happened in that bad day. And that was basically the opposite. I was basically bringing it on myself by manifesting it. And I think that a lot of us do that and not realize it. So, yeah, she's basically in her zen out in the woods, earthing, grounding herself. And that's what we should probably do. Now, I'm not going to read the Oracle and Tarot yet. I want to start with some of these other. The other is going to show us where everything's going. And as we evolve, we will start to feel the energy of the divine. Definitely see the veil uh, thinning between us. And I've been watching that real close. Do a lot of observing right now. Learn how to not say what you're actually thinking that could piss somebody off because we're all kind of touchy right now. There's a lot of really touchy energy. And I don't blame. We've been through 5, 6 years of nightmarish stuff. We get a number 21, spacious mind and soul. And this is the intuitive whisper. We are not made of solid matter. We are made up of millions of atoms. And those atoms are 99.9% empty space. It's within that space that creativity and the feeling of spaciousness appear. We have two sides of our brains, the creative side and the analytic side. When you are overthinking, stressed, or problem solving, your creativity and feeling of spaciousness are limited. In order for your soul's creativity to emerge, you must prioritize cultivating space and stillness. It sounds simple, but it takes effort to find the time for space. With so many distractions designed to keep us in our analytic side of the mind, you have to set time aside for stillness in order to tap back into the endless space that lies beyond. You can't use your mind to create a feeling of spaciousness. Instead, you have to rest into it. Where in your life can you find space? First thing in the morning or late at night? Dedicate time every day to being quiet so you can begin to listen to your soul's intuitive voice. And this has a how to cultivate a spacious mind. And it's close your eyes and a deepen your breath. Breathe all the way in and breathe all the way out. Focus solely on the journey of your breath. After a few breaths, notice that by slowing down your breathing, you are slowing down the body, which in turn begins to quiet the mind. Stay focused on the breath, inviting more internal space with each round. The analytic mind may begin to chatter, trying to pull you out of your meditation, but persist and redirect your focus to your breathing. The more you rebel against the thoughts, the more spaciousness begins to form within you. Now listen to the silence. I've been doing that a lot lately. I usually have the music on, I'm cranking going down the road, and lately I've been turning it down. And I've been doing a lot of soul surfing, a lot of talking to the creator, talking to the ancestors, finding out what my purpose is. I kind of think I know what my purpose is. I heard something and it made a lot of sense to me. How some of us, when we come down to this earth school, it's very, very hard. And some of us just don't make it. Some of us have too much going on in their world and they can't handle it. Where some of us are coming down to light the way again. A lot of people got lost in their body. Their soul is still there, but it doesn't know how to control the body very well. It's all new, you know. I mean, you come down and you're here and you don't feel like you're home because your home is galactic. We're all galactic, all of us. Either where we're from, who knows? But it's opening up ideas and thoughts that we never thought before. And I think that's a good thing. Now, the Magic Spirit Oracle has a 37, which is a 10, which is a 1. And it says, that which is true will always be enough. Truth, honor, empress, integrity. The truth is coming out, and we are seeing it with our eyes, the two different dimensions of life. The gray hair, which is the future, the black hair, which is the now. Where are we going? We're not talking, we're listening. Because a lot of us do too much talking and not enough listening. Honor, Knight, Empress, integrity. Abundance happens when I honor my soul and live in truth. The honest path, the honorable Knight, the noble Empress, the liberation of self. The highest view can be seen once we have reached the mountain peak. And what a breathtaking view it is. A grueling climb that required strength and perseverance can lead to a feeling of total freedom. This is what it feels like to set yourself free by the power of truth, fulfillment on the level of soul, and wholeness of self. Regardless of what the world may see, you have earned your own sight. The path to authenticity is not one easy. There are temptations all around. The witch's lair calls you near. Dark forces seek to make you stray from your path and neglected your true self, discard your values, and dishonor your soul. Some people will even choose the easy path, selling their soul in exchange for a shortcut to the top. This never works. This is the false self, the starving ego. For when they reach the peak, their view is obstructed by thick fog and mountain mist. They become cursed by the one who lured them in. They will never see the view. Only living truly can earn this gift of sight and fulfillment. The truth card is about living with honor, integrity, and authenticity. and having goodwill towards humanity, being a real gem in a world of fake stones, shining by your own light rather than relying on the reflection of others. It is to validate yourself fully. It is to honor the calling and highest truth of your soul. Even when you're faced with temptation, drawing this card can be a sign that you are currently navigating this path. You are indeed on a quest for truth. Living authentically has become a core value of yours. If you continue in search of this highest honor, you will surely be rewarded in priceless ways. Perhaps if you continue to live within the space of truth, you will achieve an abundance you never could have imagined. It is not dishonest to wish for true wealth in the metaphysical and physical world. That's interesting. That's real interesting. Really think about what this card just said. Visualize yourself on the peak of the mountain. Imagine you feel totally fulfilled, wholeness, and peace of mind. You are giving spirit a hug every time you choose truth. Truth is spirit, and authenticity is the language of the soul. Meditate on the concept of the universe and spirit receptor, true abundance every time you choose to honor your soul. I think that put it amazingly perfect because we do have the positive and negative in our lives. Like we used to see in the cartoon, the little white angel versus the little devil. But the little devil made me do it. No, the little devil didn't make me do it. My negative side helped me along. My positive side stayed silent and watched us do it. It's just, it is what it is. We have to take control of the masculine, feminine, the negative, and the positive when we are in circumstances. And a lot of us don't even think about it. You just going along, and all of a sudden, bam, this thing comes out, and you're like, what do I do now? Well, go within. Go, and I find myself talking, like you used to pray and you talk, and well, I still do pray, I meditate. But I find myself being quiet more because our creator can hear our thoughts. We don't have to say it. They already know. And that's funny. My dad said that to me one time. I says, "You're not one to say I love you a lot." My mom was just, "I love you all the time." And he says, "No, I shouldn't have to tell you. You're my daughter. You should know." Like, okay, that's reassuring, Dad. But he did. He knew I loved him, and I know he loved me. We just have to brush the craziness out and the thoughts of our mind. Okay, the Starseed Oracle wanted to come out, and I know why. Your life is a canvas, artist, manifestation, creative accountability. Look at there. How beautiful is that? You're the artist of your life, and your life is a canvas. Take personal responsibility for your ability to create. Earth is known as a planet of manifestation. Your present moment is based on your past thoughts and beliefs. Your current thoughts determine your future. What kind of life do you want to create for the future? What are you being called to create? Reconnect with your manifesting power and align your thoughts, feelings, and actions with the vibration that matches them. It's never too late to start, and no experience is required. All you need is to open your heart and mind and consistent daily action. If you're not sure what you'd like to create, start instead with a feeling of deep gratitude for all that's good in your life right now. State out loud what you're most thankful for. Look for the good in your life, and one thing will be certain. You'll find yourself attracting more and more good experiences into your world. This card is inviting you to see your entire life as a canvas, and the picture is completely up to you. Color it with your thoughts and feelings. Create the life that you most long to live. You may also be called to be more creative in your everyday life. What have you been called to create? How can you express yourself more creatively? Creativity. Starseed Soul Contract Inquiry was, what are you being called to create in your life? There's another question you can put in your book. Now, I have manifested just about everything in my book. There's a few things that haven't manifested yet, but I haven't really been working on it either because I've had so much going on in my world. But yeah, we are the creator of our own canvas. Like when I used to take a lot of pictures, I still do take pictures, but I don't share them as much. But when I used to take a lot of pictures, you look at that, and that was my beauty. I was creating something that looked like nothing, like somebody would pass on the street, into something beautiful because it was caught by the camera and my vision. And it was personal. It was something that I noticed that was beautiful out there, and I captured it on film. I guess you can look at it that way. I took a picture of a beautiful bird, a beautiful flower, a beautiful love story, like a hug, and just you're capturing moments in time that can never come back. It's like that flower that only blooms once, and then it doesn't come back till the next year. But you have the bloom in front of you, and it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thought and memory. And I think we have to remember to pull out the beauty of our life instead of always harping on the bad. And this card was put, this is the Messenger Oracle. And I love this because ladybugs always remind me of my great grandmother. And she always had an interesting way to put things. And it says surrender to the flow, and it was a ladybug. Through choice and action, you can steer the course of your life, but sometimes a need to control every outcome can have you caught up in a whirlpool instead of moving forward. You may move in the direction of your choosing, but it may not be the direction in which you need to journey. Loosen your grip, surrender yourself to the flow, and trust that you will find yourself exactly where you need to be. Yeah, and it's interesting that I was just talking about the flowers and stuff. I can remember going to my great grandmother's in Erie. She had a little yard in the back, and there was a little trail, and she would always go down this trail as a little girl. She would always go down this trail, and she'd show me all her flowers, her snapdragons and her pansies, and she'd say, "Look at all the little faces on that pansy." And I used to have them too, and they do. They have little faces on them, and they're just amazing little flowers. But it's just flowers. Somebody might walk by and say, it's just a weed, but to me, it was a memory. To me, it meant something. So think about that when you're going through the day, the flow, the surrendering to the flow. Think about what you love to do and what you want to do, and do it. We need to quit questioning ourselves and just do it. Okay, the practical magic hardly comes out anymore, but it has to come out because it does have a lot of things going on in it. And it popped a 16 out, transform your life. This is transformation. And yeah, this is the transformation of our life. Uh we can't we've got to change ourselves actually. We can't wait for somebody else because there's nobody going to come out of the clouds. That's not going to happen. It's going to come from within, and it's our creator within. Something new is on the way, so embrace it. Despite your hesitation, trust your own growth. Reveal the beautiful butterfly emerging from within. The cauldron of Srin symbolizes transformation and rebirth, as well as the components of On. Inspiration, creativity, and wisdom, it beckons you to dive in and soak up the magic of change. I love that. Yeah, I agree. We have to. It reminds me of the movie P.S. I Love You, when her husband had passed and she couldn't get out of bed and she was depressed. And just sitting there and throwing stuff. And all of a sudden she threw this buckle and it fell on the shoe. And she was afflicted with shoes. She just loved shoes. She became a shoe designer. It was just a fluke. Think about it. It could be a fluke for you. It could be a fluke for me. Who knows? We might all of a sudden say, hey, I want to do this. And Spirit's telling you if you listen. 23, which is a 5, and it's face your fear, passion, and power. Passion is power. Find the courage to take a risk, to do the thing you're dreading, and watch your life and all its possibilities open up so you can soar. Everyone is scared of something, and a little bit of fear is normal. In fact, it can sometimes serve a purpose. Fear can drive you to protect yourself, inspire caution in dangerous situations, and encourage you to act in ways that are healthier. But it can also make you overly weary and stop you from pursuing your dreams, leaving you filled with regret when you say no to opportunities that you'd love to embrace but are too scared to try. Yeah, we have to be the Leo brave, the brave warrior woman that is saying, I am going to live my life and I'm not going to fear because it's change. We can't fear change because we're all like, ah, we need, beautiful souls on this earth. And yeah, we do. But unless we change the indoctrination and the heaviness of Earth School, it won't help. I think Earth School is the hardest thing we've ever had to do, to tell you the truth. It's very heavy and thick down here. That's all I can, well, here in this one dimension that I can say on my part. It has been a heavy load on some things, and some things it's been even flow. Okay, we have some enchanted map oracle that just wants to come out and play. We got a 28. Where are you? This is interesting. We got movement. It's an 8 and a 2, 28. It's 10. And, I'm going to say what's interesting about this in a second. You are in a time of positive forward motion. This is the time for positive moments as you come out of a period of restriction. You're in a stage of new adventure and discovery. You may feel compelled to take a trip, change your hair, or move your home or business. Regardless, you can't remain where you are anymore. You feel compelled to go forward, no matter what your inquiry. You will see your dreams take form and doors previously shut begin to open as if by magic. Movement is also a state of mind. The fog lifts and you know now the actions you need to take. This isn't the time for fear. Let it go and move forward. Now, this is interesting because I'm gonna keep this card out, but we're gonna talk about the balloon in a minute. Okay, and there's land on the back of this ostrich. So it's got a wheel on here. But there's something interesting about the balloon, and I'll tell you, you'll see it here in a few minutes. So the clarifying card for that was the Queen of Swords, and it's resilience. So the movement, and you're getting resilience as the clarifier. Be prepared to make a strong decision or to respond to a final decision made by a woman. Interesting. Okay, so the queen is the intelligent driver, and respect holds her grounded and puts her interest first. She's charming but does not suffer fools. She can see the truth of any situation in a flash. This card often comes up in a reading to show strong women, business leaders, independent females, and single parents. If she comes up as the U card in a reading, it's time to show your strength of character. I think we should all, even though we're not all women, I think we should all take that heat. Resilience, moving, we're evolving right now. And we have to have the resilience to make it through. It's as easy as that. So then we've got the number 16, and it's rescue. And we've been getting rescue a lot lately. I'm going to read it and then we're going to think about it and talk about it. Rescue. You're always safe and secure and free to be yourself. Asking for help isn't easy for many successes people, however, that's what you need to do. Now, as you expand your life, if you find yourself troubled, you can expect help with whatever issue is at hand now. You need only ask, and assistance will come your way. Most important support you can expect is from spirit. Get into a right relationship with the divine, and you'll see that many conditions line up as if by magic to provide you with all the help you need. Ask and you will receive. There is no need to fear. Safety is in place within. Okay, so this is interesting. We have 28 movement. We have resilience. Okay, that clarifies that. And then we have rescue. So it's kind of interesting how it's leading us that we have to move, you have to do movement. And the it's like the balloon is following the ground the ostrich is moving. And to be on that and the balloon following is the resilience of it. And then the rescue with the balloon and a like a telescope type thing. So now we are going to go to the number 3 of wands. And I can't keep saying it enough. It's divine. 3 is divine. It's a beautiful number, father, son, and mother. And let's see where you are. Okay, there you are. Beautiful. This is motivation. Motivation, rescue, movement, resilience. Yes. Think laterally. Try new ways to fire your communication and creativity. Travel, relationships, weddings, originality, success, the arts, and sports. This is telling you that the number 3 brings energy and enthusiasm to all your activities, and in love predicts a new relationship and celebration, such as a wedding or engagement. The 3 is also a brilliant card for travel and for the arts and sports too, showing a dynamic attitude that gets results. Interesting. It says you may find yourself taking an unusual approach to a dilemma or situation. Find ingenious ways to problem solve and get your message across. So, oh boy. So I'm gonna say this because this is what I'm really feeling. We have been in a movement for a long time now. And it feels like we're never going to be able to get down. Like it's moving and they're watching it move, but they can't do anything about it because it's still moving and they're just observing. So then you got resilience and you've got to figure out how to get off the back of the ostrich. You're still on the back of the ostrich. So then you're going to have rescue guy. He's got his telescope and he sees you. And he's got his telescope. He's got the flames coming out, magic coming out of there, magic flowing, the water. And he sees it, but he's looking right over you because you're in a cave. So you got to get motivated and come out of the cave and start waving to the little guy on the balloon to get rescued. Boy, am I a good storyteller. But basically to me, that's what it feels like. I mean, That's going to be a good thing. Trust me. It's going to get us out of our slump. Every now and then we all get into a slump. Okay, because we are 24, which is a six, because we're stuck in the mud. Stuck in the mud. You're being invited to stop and savor the wonder of your life. Becoming stuck is something the only way to trick yourself into slowing down and looking around you. In fact, this is a sign that you need to shift your focus away from what you're doing and place your intention elsewhere. Struggling will only get you to even muddier places. Now is not the time to move forward, but to observe. Clarity about your circumstances will come a little later. Stop and find the joy in what you've been overlooking. Soon you'll be out of the mud, but for now, be still and know the Spirit has a plan for you. Ooh, I like that. So that's why from the rescue part, we got to get motivated because we're stuck in the mud. And let's see what else we got with the stuck in the mud. We got the Knight of Swords drama. Is there a drama here? Because we're stuck in the mud, we're bringing a drama because our motivation is lacking. Is that what it's saying? We got to be resilient. I'm thinking. Okay, we've got avoid being drawn into drama more than is necessary. Try not to take this setback personally. It's their fight, not yours. Battles, confrontation, stress, unstoppable forces, manipulation, immaturity, and instability. This is a minor arcana, but it's still, if you're stuck in the mud, you're causing drama. And that's basically what it's telling me. In other words, you could get out of the mud if you wanted to, but you'd rather be a drama person. It says get out of the mud. So, okay, now we got the Dreams of Gaia was yelling to come out. And this one came out. Perception, understanding, worldview, opinion of self, and clarity objectives. Take a high ground. Seek a new perspective. Perception is the fifth of the influence cards, pertains to organization, identification, and interpretation of sensory information in order to understand what we sense and experience. When the perception card appears in your reading, it symbolizes an opportunity or need to look at how you analyze and interpret your experiences and how your interpretation then influences your choices and abilities to see and weigh options and opportunities. Our lives are built upon foundations laid by our perception. How we perceive the world and those around us influence our ability to learn, our understanding of cause and effect, our ability to see and weigh our options, and to make decisions. There is no area of your life that is not influenced by our perception. Our lives can be empowered and fulfilled because how we perceive our reality gives us confidence, or our lives can be destroyed. Instant. If our idea of what is real is relevant to be a lie and our perception is shattered. Yeah, stuck in the mud, the drama, the perception is that is what it is. We are living on the perception that we created for ourselves during Earth School. Now we have to rescue ourselves and get ourselves into mystery school because we've got other things we've got to do. And if we just go on the perception of the false matrix that we've been living in, we won't go nowhere. And that's not good. Yeah. And what came out with perception was endurance, Seven of Wands. And I completely agree. We have been through so much and we have endured so much. And I think all of us really have been the Seven of Wands at some point. Say your words loud and clear, and then be prepared to negotiate. You have the higher moral ground, and with endurance and courage, you will get the results you need. See, defense, resilience, protection, opposite territory, force, resistance. This is Freedom Friday. We need to maybe think about things and see where we might be blocked, because this is saying that we're motivated. We're stuck in the mud because of the drama and the perception that we had, and we had to use endurance to get ourselves out. But if we wouldn't have got involved with the stuck in the mud, we would have been fine. We wouldn't have to, you know, go through the drama and the perception of all that. But, I guess it was a learning experience. We could look at it that way. And we got two more cards. This is it, yeah. Okay, now we got faith. It's number 24, which is a 6. Faith, self-belief, confidence, divine connection, trust, serenity, and surrender. When we become, when the movement comes and we become resilient, the rescue has to motivate us, is what they're saying. And if we get stuck in the mud and get into the drama, our perception will change it and our endurance will change as we go. But we have to have faith in ourselves. Faith is beautiful. Self-belief helps you overcome. Self-belief and faith inspires confidence. Doubt breeds mistakes. Cruel words can do lasting harm. Do not give up because of the past mistakes. Be kind and supportive. Set yourself believable goals. You matter. You are enough. You are not alone. Do not be unkind because others have been unkind to you. Take delight in compliments. The eight of the influence, the faith is the eight of the influence card, is a beautiful thing. It inspires a feeling of serenity that is unshakable. With faith comes a level of self-confidence that sees you capable of overcoming all that life throws to you. To have self-belief gives you confidence when facing new and challenging situations, like being stuck in the mud. So yeah, we have to have faith in what we're doing, what we're feeling, what we're learning. And because it is the world, which is 21, which is another 3, regeneration. Celebrate what you have achieved and embrace new opportunities. You will be full of energy and motivation. The world is your oyster. This is success, completion, celebration, beginnings, travel, motivation, and renewal. This whole reading right here for the collective is motivational. It's that some of us are stuck in the mud. Some of us feel like we need to be rescued. We're trying to move things and be resilient, but we're also kind of letting the endurance and the drama of the perception in. And we have to have the faith to get us out so we can regenerate. And we will be getting healing. Right now, DeSantis just announced the gold and silver can be used as fiat currency, and it was always supposed to be that way. If you read the United States commandments, jeez. If you read our Constitution, we were never allowed to pay with anything but gold or silver. And one of the presidents, I think it was Truman or something, one of the presidents took us out of the gold standard after Kennedy passed away. And we've been using green money, play money, monopoly money, and we gave the banks and everybody else all the stuff because they printed the monopoly money. They were never part of the government. They were a private entity that was never audited, so they could print money out of nothing and then cause us, by using that money, it's a dead instrument. It says it right on it. It's not credit. It's not money. It's not real. So we got to be careful with the imaginary, because a lot of people are saying, well, it's always been real. They print it out. Well, yeah, they print it out because they're in charge. They're not going to be in charge anymore. So we have to pull out our silver and our gold. And I don't know how they're going to work that out, but they will. They will figure it out. I think they will put it on a credit card because we are going to be in a lot of wealth at this point. The humanity projects were after the countries and stuff, and we were last. We will be after the humanity projects. They've been released, and now they're going after the judges. That's supposed to be because Mr. T said he'd go to every angle, including the court system, to get the truth out. And the court system is pretty corrupt. So basically, we got a lot of corruption going on. They want to be paid by the green monopoly money that we aren't going to have pretty soon. Or they might keep it in. I know they're going to get rid of the penny because it costs us more to make a penny than it does to spend a penny. So they're going to have to do like something. I don't know how they're going to do it, but I think they're going to do something, and it's going to be good for us. So now I hope Freedom Friday is beautiful for all of you, and I love you, and may every step in your journey be magical. Just be you.